The man was reborn and returned to when he was 8 years old. The first thing he did was help his parents sign the divorce papers. Then he abandoned his rich mother and chose to stay with his poor father instead. Soon after, he invested all his father's savings into a stock everyone thought was worthless. People thought the boy was just daydreaming, imagining some get-rich-quick fantasy, but little did they know the boy clearly remembered that this junk stock everyone dismissed was about to make a miraculous comeback, and its value would skyrocket beyond imagination. By then he could take his father to the top of the world. Turns out, in his previous life, when his parents divorced, his mother only kept him for the monthly child support. She even spread lies saying the father didn't care about him. So after growing up and becoming the richest man, the boy cut ties with his father completely and did everything he could to benefit his mother and stepfather. In the end, it cost him his health. But when his mother found out, she didn't help with his medical bills. Instead, she forced him to sign over his assets and even planned to sell his organs for cash. It wasn't until the brink of death that he found out his living expenses all those years had been paid by his father. But by then it was far too late. He died full of guilt and regret. Maybe the heavens pitied him. He actually got reborn at age 8. On the day his parents were divorcing, he listened to them argue outside. This time he didn't hesitate. He rushed forward and helped his father sign the papers, then turned around and told his mother to get lost with the agreement. But the fake mother still tried to act pitiful as she left, saying she had no choice, that her new husband was too rich. She even pretended she wanted to keep the boy, but the boy firmly refused and stayed by his father's side without looking back. Seeing how determined his son was, the father silently vowed to give him a good life no matter what. He even brought out all his savings to pay for the boy's school fees. But the next day, the boy took all the money and went straight to the stock exchange. He went all in on a stock that had hit rock bottom. Meanwhile, the father was getting ready to take his son to school, only to find the boy was gone, and the 5,000 yuan he'd saved had disappeared. Panicked, he called the police. After an investigation, they discovered the boy had bought stocks with the money, so the father rushed to the exchange, while the boy was excitedly waiting for the market to open. Just then, a beautiful CEO happened to pass by. Seeing such a young kid buying stocks, she kindly warned him the stock was a guaranteed loss, and advised him to take the money back and go to school. But the boy confidently claimed this stock would rise for 10 days straight. The CEO didn't believe him, so the boy proposed a bet. If the stock dropped, he'd quit investing and sincerely apologize. But if it rose, she would have to marry his father and become his new mom. She was expected to refuse, but to everyone's surprise, she agreed on the spot. Just then, his father arrived, anxiously asking what happened to the money. The boy showed him the trading card and said just wait 10 minutes, they'd be rich overnight. But before he could finish, his mother walked in with her rich new man, mocking them for being delusional and urging the father to abandon the boy. Furious, the father shouted at her cold heart, saying no matter how poor he got, he'd never leave his son behind. The boy confidently declared the stock would rise in 3 minutes. The rich stepbrother then proposed a bet. If the stock didn't rise in 3 minutes, they'd be his servants. As the clock ticked down, with just seconds remaining, the stock was still dropping. The rich kid taunted, telling the father to kneel and crawl under his pants. The father clenched his teeth, ready to give in. Just then, an announcement came over the speakers. The boy's stock had hit the upper limit.